Why does Israel practice an authoritarian law enforcement? So why does Israel practice an authoritarian law enforcement? So Israel practices authoritarian law enforcement because angered Palestinians are hard to govern. We discussed this back in, I believe it was World War I, World War II, interwar, where these empires, these colonial powers, kind of stretched their power out to the extent that they were trying to govern individuals who do not respect them, who do not believe that they're their true government, and that kind of leads to civil war, revolutions, so forth and so on, and poverty, coups, right? So Israel practices authoritarian law enforcement because angered Palestinians are hard to govern, right? So once again, Palestinians, most a high percentage of them, right, kind of don't believe in the existence of Israel, but the whole world does acknowledge Israel as a state. So Israel is, in fact, a state. It's a nation itself, right? But Palestinians, they can't come to that to understand that, right? So they begin uprisings, and they go against the Israeli government, right? So at this point, right, Israel, they're kind of forced into a corner, we'll say, or forced into this position where they have to implement authoritarian law. Like, no, this is the law. We need to follow the law, because Palestinians, they're just not following the Israeli laws. All right. So that's the main reason why Israel practices authoritarian law enforcement, because its civilians, Palestinians, are hard to govern. Once again, Palestinians they do not have any respect towards the law, and because of their, we'll say, their neglectful behavior towards the law, Israel is placed in a position where they have to implement this authoritarian lead here, right? So it's like, no, this is it, this is it, this is it. And at times, Palestinians are victimized by improper human rights. They're kind of stripped off of their human rights because of this authoritarian law enforcement that Israel practices. All right. So remember, like, violence only leads to more violence. Negligence only leads to more negligence. It's best to compromise, come to a peace. Talk things out. All right.